In previous presentation, we have seen arithmetic instructions, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division related. Now, in this presentation, from our chapter 1 discussion of instruction set, we will go through some logical instructions, compare instruction, rotate instruction, and in coming sessions, we will make use of these instructions to write some of the programs. Objective of our today's session is to understand logical instructions, what is the syntax, and compare instruction and rotate instruction. Now this is first instruction. So here it is AND operation. So it is AND logical instruction, that is ANL. So here you can see the syntax. This instruction will perform logical AND on two operands and place the result in the destination. So ANL, destination comma source, and the destination is normally accumulator. The source operand can be register or memory or immediate addressing. So that is data from memory also you can take. Now say for example, here you can see move a comma hash 35h. So accumulator is containing 35h and then ANDed with the data ANL a comma 0f. So a and 0f. So the operation will take place and the resultant will be stored. So this is a simple instruction and logical ANDing operation you can perform with this instruction. And the second one is OR instruction. So this is ORL. The destination and source operands are ORed together. The result is placed in the destination. The ORL instruction can be used to set certain bits of an operand to 1. The destination is normally accumulator. So simple operation. The source operand can be register or memory or in memory or immediate addressing. So simple thing, the ORL instruction for byte size operands has no effect on any of the flags directly. So the example here you can see move a comma 04h, a is containing 04, ORL a comma hash 68h. So here 68 accumulator is going to get ORed with, that is 04 is going to get OR with the 68. So the resultant is 6C. So it is a simple logical operation as you can see. Now the next one is XRL. So XRL is for XORing operation. The instruction will perform XOR operation on two operands and it will place the result in the destination. The destination is normally the accumulator. The source operand can be again register in memory or immediate. Same thing. It can also be used to see if two registers have same values. So for such checking also you can use, as all of we know in most of the applications of error detection and correction, XORing operation is carried out. So similar fashion you can use. If both registers have same value, then the resultant will be 0 0. We can use jump instruction, that is desert instruction, to make some sort of decision based on this particular. So that kind of application XOR gate is used or XRL instruction is used. So here you can see move a comma hash 54 h XRL a comma hash 78 h. So operation is from LSB to MSB. You can see for 000000101 according to XOR gate. If there is any change or a difference between two bits, then only the output is 1. If both of them are same, then output is 0. So XRL instruction can be used to toggle certain bits of operand. So that also you can do. Then next is up to MSB. If you go through the pattern, the answer is coming to C. So that will be available in the destination. Here in this instruction, our destination is accumulator. As you can see, XRL a comma 78. So there it is accumulator. So the next one is for compare operation. So mainly in compare and complement. So these we will use. Complement is also a kind of operation where sometimes for subtraction related activities or any other thing where you can you need to invert So there is no direct invert kind of a instruction, or not like a instruction, but here you can use a complement, CPL. So CPL is going to complement contents of say for example here accumulator. So it is in the form CPLA. So the instruction complements contents of register A, 0 to 1 or 1 to 0. So this is also called as ones complement. Here you can see move A comma hash 55H CPLA. Now directly the answer will be 01010101, that is 55. So it will become 10101010, that is AA. To get 2's complement, we can use this. All we have to do is add 1 to this 1's complement result, and 2's complement is used in many applications. Now there is CJNE. So this is the instruction for comparison purpose. This is comparing and jumping, that is combination, compare and jump. We will go through the various forms of jump instruction afterwards, but here at present we are talking about compare and jump, CJNE. The CJNE instruction is going to compare two operands and jumps if they are not equal. Instruction is jump if they are not equal. JNE, jump not equal. The destination operand can be in the accumulator or in one of the RN registers. Any one, it may be R0, R1, R2, R3, R4, R5, R6, R7. And the source operand can be a register, in memory or immediate. So the operand themselves remain unchanged. They are not going to change. It changes the carry flag, that is CY flag, to indicate if the destination operand is larger or smaller. So simple operation, it is going to compare the two values, and destination operand is based on the destination. If it is greater than source, then carry flag is set to 0, and if destination operand is less than source, then carry flag is set to 1. Simple thing, remember, it is going to compare destination with source, and if destination contents are greater than source contents, then carry flag is 0. So destination greater than 0 is the thing, and destination, if it is less than source, then carry flag will be 1. The action of comparing and jumping all together is going to help in many applications. So here it is a simple one. Say CJNE R5, 80 not equal. We are going to say for R5 register contents we are checking. Now if suppose R5 is greater than 80 or R5 is less than 80. So these are the two possibilities. Here you can see jump if not carry or jump if carry. You can use in the problem. Say a simple thing, if you want to arrange in the fashion ascending order or descending order or smaller than, greater than, if you want to find out, then at that time you can use this instruction. So carry flag is always checked for cases of greater or less than, but only after it is determined that they are not equal. So this is the case. There is no need for register A to be involved. That is, accumulator is not the compulsory register in this whole mechanism. So it can be any other register also, and the immediate data also. Now there are some other instructions related to arithmetic and logical operations, like for rotation purpose there are instructions. So rotate instruction, the rotate instruction is the simple one, rotate R. So it is rotate right accumulator. So RRA we have written. Now it is like in many applications we need to perform such bitwise operations. So 8051 there are RL, RR, RLC and RRC. So they are designed specifically for this purpose, to allow the program to rotate the accumulator right or left. Rotate instructions mainly are used in different applications, like some sort of adjustment is to be done for the bit pattern somewhere, some sort of comparison and then some decision is to be made, or maybe conversion purpose like BCD to ASCII, ASCII to BCD, like some such conversions, then these instructions are very useful. Now there are two categories. One is RR and RL, so simple operation, and another one is rotation through carry, that is RLC and RRC. So this is first one, rotate right. 8 bits of accumulator are rotated right 1 bit, and bit D0 exists from LSB and enters into MSB D7. So this is a simple one, you can see in the figure. So from rotate right, so from right direction it is going to rotate, LSB will appear in the MSB. Now simple thing, if suppose 4 times you rotate, then there will be exact reverse manner, it is move A comma 36H. So what will be there, 6 3 swapping as if. So same operation, 4 times rotate right, rotate right, rotate right, rotate right, accumulator contains. So it is useful for swapping purpose. Then next one is RLA, that is rotate left. Same fashion, the only difference is it is going to be in the left direction. So rotate left, the 8 bits of accumulator are rotated left 1 bit. So therefore D7 exists from MSB and enters into LSB D0 as shown in the figure. You can see the arrow mark. So left direction, move A comma, say for example I have taken here 72H, then RLA RLA, say for example 2 times we have done rotation, so it will get rotated in the left fashion. So rotate left, how the bits are changing you can see from first to second iteration, second to third iteration. Accumulator contents are going to get updated accordingly after the execution of rotate instruction. Now next one is RRC. So this is rotate right through carry. So see here, you have to take into account what is the status of carry. So bits are rotated from left to right. They exist the LSB to the carry flag, and the carry flag enters the MSB. Now right side, so LSB bit is going to enter in carry and carry flag is going to enter in MSB. See the program, clear carry. So at present our carry flag is 0. We have intentionally made small program I have written here, only 4-5 instructions. Simple thing, first line I have written CLR C. So this is going to clear carry bit. Carry bit is now becoming 0. Now the next instruction you see, move A comma hash 26H. So accumulator is containing 0010 0110. Now first line I have written RRCA. So what is the effect? Rotate right through carry. So our LSB bit, at present LSB bit is 0. So you can see first line accumulator content 26, there are 2 6. So 6 is our lower nibble. So it is 0110. That means LSB bit is 0. Now that 0 will enter into carry bit and the carry bit will come to MSB position, and automatically all the other bits are going to get shifted towards right. So what will be the result? You can see our lower nibble will become, since earlier original case lower nibble is 0110. So one position right. So that 0 from LSB position has been into now carry position. So therefore our pattern will become 0011, and from left to right there is shifting by one position, and MSB bit, that MSB space is vacant because already one bit from LSB side has been taken out. Therefore MSB place is empty, and in that what is going to enter? Whatever was the earlier carry bit status. So earlier carry was 0. So therefore MSB will become 0. Same fashion, suppose 2 times I have written RRCA, RRCA. Similar manner, LSB will be copied into CY and CY will be copied into MSB. Same fashion, there is rotate left through carry, RLCA. Bits are shifted from right to left. Right to left because it is LSB to MSB. Now earlier case RRC, what happened? LSB entered into carry flag, carry entered into MSB. Now what will happen? MSB will enter into carry flag and carry will enter accordingly, the earlier status of the carry, whatever it is, that will enter into LSB. Now see here, just a simple operation, a small program I have written. to find the number of ones if you want to count. See what we are doing. Move R1 comma hash 0. So R1 register is now loaded with 0. Move R7 comma hash 8. So our count is 8. 8-bit number we are testing. Move A comma 97H. So what will be 1001 and 70111. So this is our number. Now what we are doing? Rotate left through carry. Accumulator. Accumulator is containing 97 number. So it will get rotated and the carry bit we are checking. Jump not equal to carry. JNC. So if carry is not set, then what we are saying? Jump. And if carry is set, then in the loop what I have written, see in the instruction INC R1. So whenever carry is not set, it will directly come to the next line DJNZ, that is decrement the counter. Counter is what? DJNZ. So where is the counter set? R7 register. So in front of DNZ what I have written? R7 comma again. So R7 is going to get decremented. If it has not been set to 0, that means all the 8 bits whenever are finished, then only R7 is going to become 0. So until the same process is repeated. So in first case what it will do? First our number is 97. 9 corresponds to 1001. So our MSB bit will enter. Then it will check whether it is 1 or 0. JNC is going to take care. So jump if not carry. Now if not carry, it will come to next. But now since 9, so 1 is there in MSB position. So carry is set. So therefore R1 will get automatically incremented. So whenever 1 is going to enter, that carry bit is set, carry flag is going to get 1 value. At that time only R1 will get incremented. Otherwise R1 will keep its status as it is. How many times it will get repeated? Until all the 8 bits are going to get finished in the loop manner. So that will definitely count number of ones, and that count is available in which register? R1 register. So this is simple logic. Many times you may want to know how many ones are there, how many zeros are there for some calculation purpose, that is on off states and like that. So there you can use make use of such instructions, rotate through carry instruction. Then there are several instructions by which the carry flag can be manipulated directly. Just to summarize here some of the instructions, because it is in a connection with this. So there is a set B instruction, and set B C you can make carry 1. CLR C clear carry bit, carry you can make 0. CPL complement carry, so that is also one instruction. Like CPL A is there, accumulator. On the same line CPL C, that is complement carry bit, bitwise operation instruction is there. Move B comma C, copy carry status to bit location, so that also you can do. Move C comma B, copy bit location status to carry, so carry can be modified accordingly. Then JNC, that is, and again the target, whatever address you want. Jump to target if carry is 0. JC, jump to target if carry is 1. Then instruction is ANL C comma bit, so and carry with bit and save it on CY, because destination is carry C bit. Then ANL C comma with inverted bit, so therefore it is written slash bit. So and CY with inverted bit and save it on the CY, that also you can do. Then ORL C comma bit, so OR, that is or CY with bit and save it on carry, and ORL C comma slash bit, that is or CY with inverted bit and save it on CY. So some operations with logical instructions, you can use a carry flag and you can manipulate some sort of data directly. This is a simple example. So say for example we want assume that bit P2.2 is used to control an outdoor light, and bit P2.5 light inside building. Show how to turn on in outside light and turn off the inside one. Okay, the application you please once again read out. Assume that bit P2.2, that is port 2 second bit, is used to control an outdoor light, and bit P2.5 is to control inside light. How to turn on outside light and turn off inside one. Okay, when we are going out, so at that time we want to turn off inside light and we want to turn on outside light. So how it is done? See, set B carry. So we are using here carry flag. So Cy is equal to 1. Then or logically with C comma P2 dot 2. What will happen? Cy is equal to P2 dot 2 ORed with carry. Already carry is 1. Now P2 dot 2 bit is indicating what? Light status of what? Outdoor light. So ORing we are doing. So if it is 0, already carry bit is 1. So 1 ORing with 0, it will become 1. If it is already 1, then also it will remain 1. So meaning is that we want outside light 1. So therefore what we have done? We have done ORing operation with that outside light status bit along with carry bit, where carry bit is already 1. So output will be always 1. What is the meaning? Outcome of this instruction? Always P2.2 we are going to make it 1, because carry bit is going to save the result of our operation. And what we have written next instruction, move P2.2 comma C. So whatever is contents of C, that are those are copied into P2.2. So that means P2.2 is on. No, it is 1. Now next is what we have written, clear C. So C bit is now clear, carry bit is clear, and we are doing AND operation. What we want? Inside light compulsorily we want to turn off. So when we want to make it compulsorily on, we have used earlier OR operation by setting carry, and now we want to make inside light compulsorily off. That means we want there 0 always. So therefore what we are doing? We are ANDing 0 with P2.5. P2.5 is a pin where inside light is connection. It is connected. So that switch is there as if. So carry bit is cleared. Therefore now the carry bit is 0. It is ANDed with P2.5. So therefore the resultant will be 0 ANDed with anything. So whether it is on or off, automatically it will become 0. And what we have done? Move P2.5 comma C. So that 0 is copied to P2.5. What is output? P2.2 is outside light. It is always on at present. This is our situation when we are entering outside. So therefore we want outside light on, inside light off. So therefore we have made outside light 1 by ORing it with carry bit set, and inside light 0, that is off, by ANDing it with carry bit 0. Simple use, very simple manner we can program in this way. Now say for example for finding ones, same fashion we mentioned already. So same program I have once again here clubbed together as a small task. You can execute it and you can go through the result. You use a Keil platform and run. In coming sessions, once my instruction set is over, we will be executing these small n number of programs and I will be showing you the results. So in the simple logic, very simple logic, here you can count number of ones. As you have seen, R1 is 0, that is going to keep number of ones. Then R7 is 8, counter how many times, that is 8 times, move a comma 97. So whichever number from which you want to find out ones. And now we are using RLC, rotate left through carry, then the accumulator will contain. It may be RLC or RRC, anything you can use, and you can check with jump if not equal to carry. If it is not carry, when we are counting 1, so we want to check whether carry bit is becoming 1 or not. If it is 1, then only we are incrementing R1, and if it is 0, when we rotate, so automatically every time that bit MSB bit is going to get copied into carry, since we are using RLC instruction. If you use RRC instruction, LSB will get copied. So either from left side or right side, anyone you can use. Ultimately we are going to check the status of carry bit by JNC instruction, and if it is 1, then only we are counting. If it is 0, we are not counting. So if you want to count 0, you can make their exactly reverse. So, and if you want to count 1, then you can make it as JNC. Getting? So if you want to count 0, then you make it jump if carry. So that is JC. And increment R1, that is it will count number of zeros. So number of zeros or number of ones directly you can count. So as a part, it is very useful thing. You can use such logic, simple logic for finding some such things. So as a part of this session, we have discussed about compare instruction, rotate instruction, and simple logical operations which are performed using 8051, XOR, OR, and AND logical, and complement instruction, that is CPL. So complement accumulator or complement carry bit we can use. So altogether ANL, ORL, XRL, CPL, logical instructions, these are as if you can use them. Then RR, RL, RLC, RRC. So these are the things, stuff for performing some such switching and kind of a number of operations. Thank you. One more is there. Just we will be switching to swapping operation and some BCD related operation. So just I've added this as a last slide because same thing I will be continuing in the next session. For continuity purpose only I have added here. So it is a swap instruction. Whatever we have done using RLC or RRC or RR or RL, like 4 times rotations you can do. A general for 4 times, if you want to rotate, that is nibble to nibble exchange you want to perform, and at that time you can, without carry only we can do. So that is RR 4 times or RL 4 times from left or from right. Same task can be carried out using simple swap instructions. So swap is a lower nibble and higher nibble, it is going to swap. It is from D0 to D3 will come to the MSB side, and D7 to D4 it will come to LSB side. So like that simple swapping. In coming presentation we will continue with this, and we will go through the most popular application, that is conversion with BCD numbers. We will see. Thank you.